Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome. Great to be with you another day here. Remembering this, that there's nothing new under the sun, but every sunrise is beautiful. It really is. Okay, so our subject for today is this moment. What is it like to be in this moment? What does that mean? What are the implications of that? And we're going to take I'd say a deep dive, but it's actually a very shallow dive into a very deep subject. So we're going to talk about what is your state of mind right now? Are you angry? Are you amiable? Are you frustrated? Are you calm? Are you peaceful? We're going to look into a few things. One is, what is this moment? What does that mean? Very tough to define, really, in a way. The benefits of recognizing what this moment is, and how to use this mindset to, better help just your daily life. How to be in the moment, to be happy, and what does that mean? And it really is an extremely important subject, and I hope I can do it just a little bit of justice. As you know, I like to start off with a story. It's fun. I think it's illustrative or illustrative of whatever it is we're trying to figure out. And this time I'm going to read, and it'll be obvious to you that I'm kind of reading here. So I'm going to read a short excerpt here. It's a little different than something maybe I would normally read, but anyway, I think it's helpful, and I had it. So here we go. The story. Late December, frigid air is sneaking its way through the gaps in your fluffy down wrap, pushing the door open to your sacred abode, your place of rest and recuperation. You find all the frustrations of the day are whirling about your head. Felix at work said your work was crap. The internet was really slow and driving you absolutely bonkers, and it happened right when you were getting ready to figure out the importance of the number 42. You had to stop. Stop because the ex just couldn't make it. In a low-grade panic, you rushed to pick up little Sally from gymnastics. Crap, 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 you mutter to yourself as you fight your way across town. Not a single driver was actually driving. The only reason you noticed is because now you are late, and every zombie that possesses a car is out on the road. As you wend your way around the moving maze of putrefied body chauffeurs, you are startled by what you see. Some of the undead are phoner-baiting madly, with thumbs with full attention and eyes fixed on the next oh-so-important text. Oh, I'm driving. Other oozing hipsters are decibel thumping so intensely that your mind is pounded into submission when they draw close. Then there are the more relaxed zombies, simply gnawing gizzards and wings as they aimlessly wander about the roads. Finally, back to the door. At that moment you catch your breath. Home, home at last. Then you realize something. Sally hasn't said anything since you picked her up. She's morose and sad. And all you've done up to this point is complain about, well, everything. You are forced back into this moment, a moment where you and Sally exist together. Why is she down? Coming to yourself, you ask this question. Sally, in this moment, is there anything I can do to make your life better and to support you? I have not been here, but now I am. We are here together in this moment. All right. So part 2 of this talk is about this moment. So in looking at that story, we see the mother going from, fighting giants and solving and earning money and doing all these things that are helpful for other people, but also for herself, and giving of herself to find out that her ex couldn't make the time and was unwilling to do what he needed to do. So there's a little bit of a betrayal there. So that's one moment, right? The work is a moment. It's a moment. Every moment we live says something. People have spent lifetimes trying to define and implement what it means to be in the moment. When you're angry, you're in that moment. When you're sad, you're in that moment. You can also be those things and that not be your moment. And that's where it gets really confusing. And actually, that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. So for now, please accept my definition, and you can think about this more later. You can always access this back later and think about it more. So here's my definition. It is what it is, right in front of you, right now, without the stories that play in your head. So this moment is what is right in front of you right now without all the talk that's going on in your head. Okay? It's complicated, and that may not be completely true, but we're going to go that direction. And I have to say that even while I am talking to you now, it's going on in my mind, right? Am I in this moment talking to you, sharing my heart with you? Which I am. But there are also other things that are going on in my mind that want to distract me. And I'm not just talking about technology, because technology is what it is. And it's a little bit of a pain. But anyway, a blessing and a pain. Don't get me wrong, I love technology. To me, yoga is one of my great teachers. I've been doing yoga for a number of years. I don't know. I mean, all my life, my kids, we did it as they were children growing up some. And it was something I really enjoyed with them. And a family event in the living room early in the morning, we would do yoga to good old Rodney King. I was going to say Rodney King, not Rodney King. Rodney, I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, so yoga is the great teacher for me. When I'm in a pose, I might be, most yoga studios have a mirror, and I could be looking at myself in the mirror and I could be thinking what a good looking guy he is one day, especially when the lights are low, or I could be thinking, holy moly, what is that thing in the mirror? I don't want to look, no. Anyway, so my mood directly affects how I feel when I look at things. But yoga is about being in the moment. So not only is my inner voice talking about my validity as a human being in this body, the vessel that I've been given, but it's also what other people think about me and what I think about other people thinking about me. And I could even go further. What I think about other people thinking about me. Try that one. Because we can go round and round and round all these things and distract ourselves when it's really important. And that is the service of others. Of course, pleasure in life is extremely important too. And I'm all for having fun every day if I can. But it's about learning as many skills as you feel like you want to learn and perfecting as many as you want on that journey, and then sharing those with other people. If you're always being condemned, like in our cancel culture that's horrible right now, if you're constantly being condemned and being afraid to share who you are, you can't be really in the moment because your moment is being crushed by others and their opinions of you. So anyway, that was a little thought there. So I could be looking around the room in yoga, and instead of being centered in my pose, getting my body, which is what you're doing. You're supposed to be kind of clearing your mind, being in the moment, being in your body, and realizing that you're kind of this creature going through life. You can do that on a tractor, you can do it driving down the road, you can do it in so many things. So in these moments, like in yoga, where the noise becomes too loud and too overwhelming, then it's a chance to really breathe in. I like to close my eyes when I do this and refocus, like I've talked about in some of my other videos. And I focus in that moment and say, many things to myself, but most of the time is I'm okay. Quiet the voices. I don't care what the voices think. I don't care what whatever community thinks. I don't care. At this moment, I'm okay. And I know that good and evil both live in me, and that you can choose every evil thing I've done in my life and write a pretty nasty story. Or you can look at me and say, here's a guy that is at least a little bit every day trying to do something good for those around him and himself. I would like to be there more often. Another interesting little yoga anecdote. I was in the room the other day doing yoga with all the other yogis, and I go to a yoga studio that's pretty cool. It's not temperature-wise 105 freaking degrees, but anyway, I'm in there, and there's this person that I've seen in yoga from time to time. Younger than me, middle-aged kind of younger guy, and he's big and he's really good looking, has a ponytail, and it works on him because he's big and good looking and young, and he's quite good at yoga. But he also seems very quiet and kind of, I don't even know what I would call him, hyphenated, the big, cool, long-haired dude, right? And I was a little bit intimidated by him. I know nothing about him other than he has a little bit long hair and he's kind of cool and a little bit aloof feeling. Anyway, so I play all these games in my head, and there's a little bit of comparison going on between our yoga in my head, which is not why I'm in yoga at all. And then I go to the locker room and happen to strike up a conversation with him. And, of course, it turns out he's super amiable, super nice. It was just great. It looked like he had this stoic demeanor and was kind of looking down on me, But the truth is, He was chatty, very decisively non-judgmental. And so he's worked on himself quite a bit. And it was an honor to meet him and know him there. So it is interesting. Now, if I'm being in the moment, I can go, wow, this guy has an agenda. And my mind is trying to tell me this. But if I can bring myself back out of it and say, no, I don't know what he's thinking. And even if I do know what he's thinking, what does it really matter? How's it going to help my journey forward here? So again, yoga is the opportunity to quiet all those voices. And I think it would encourage everyone to find, whether it's prayer, meditation, yoga, working out, walking, whatever, something that is both challenging and restful. Okay, and those are kind of the two things. And I also believe that there's a way to be in the moment too, by being under stress and being calm. And that's why I do ice baths from time to time. And I find that extremely hard to do. But if I can breathe into it and relax, the benefits are amazing. So, but I'll talk about ice baths and heat another day. So let's get practical. This is getting long here. So how is this knowledge useful? So I'm going to throw some gobbledygook on you here, or gobbledygook. I don't know what it is. But anyway, here it comes. So cliche warning here. I'm going to read something that I wrote that is a little bit convoluted, but I think it's very interesting if you really want to delve into it. And I may even, when I have time, put it in or put it down below to where you can read it and criticize it and think about it, because it's a little esoteric and maybe a little crazy. But anyway, so cliche warning is, you only have this moment, right? We've all heard that or something similar. This moment is all we have, right? And most people don't like to live in the moment because it can be scary, really. Okay, you have to think too much or not think too much or whatever. So we distract ourselves with many things. Though no one really knows exactly what that means, we do know that whatever you are feeling right now is your state, and this state affects your future state. The past is the past and must be used to help us find a better path in the now leading to the future. Do you like how you feel? Is how I'm thinking helping me or hurting me? And by extension, those I love, do you like how you feel? What state do I want to feel? Do I want to feel happy, sad, angry, peaceful, resentful? We can't control our environments, but we can, to a very large degree, control our state. I've quoted Albert Einstein, I think, before, and I'll do it again because I love this. So I'm going to iterate in my own words here what I think Albert Einstein was saying when he said, and I very roughly quote in kind of my own words, the most important decision an individual has is to choose if we live in a friendly universe or an unfriendly one. So in thinking about that, if you want to live in a friendly universe, I can decide, right? He's obviously a very smart man. And we all know that we can decide at any moment to put a perspective on things. We could give millions of examples, all of us, of what it means to have two exact events happen and react to them differently, even ourselves. You could have somebody cut you off in the middle of the road when you're casually driving somewhere and you're kind of drinking a cup of coffee and listening to something and you're like, oh, wow, look at that guy. He must be in a hurry. I hope he's okay. Or you might be in a hurry. And that space of road in front of you belongs to you because you're going somewhere. And I know that not everybody can relate to those attitudes, but more driven people kind of get this way, and I'm not saying it's good. But you own that road in front of you, so when that person pulls in front of you, that's a violation. That road belongs to me. I had control of that, which is not true. It's your state of mind. So we can be angry and sin not, another old adage. I can be angry and decide to channel into a solution, or I can lash out. Or I can sit at the millions of traffic lights in the town I live in and realize that 3/4 of my time driving on the road is sitting in front of a traffic light, a red one. It's like, okay, well, what am I going to do? In this moment, in this very red moment, am I going to turn red or am I going to turn green in my soul and say, the light is red, I have a minute to 15, and who do I love? Who do I want to send encouragement to? What in my life can I change? I'm okay right now. Who can I call to see if they're okay right now in this moment? So in this moment, I choose to observe and to decide my destiny. What about you? What kind of destiny do you want? I'm getting emotional here. This is a lifelong exercise and one that I'm not really all that good at. I can take things extremely personally, and in many areas of my life, I'm way too critical on myself. How about you? Do you like yourself? Do you love yourself? I'm not talking as a narcissist, but I'm saying, do you cut yourself some slack? Are you going to cancel yourself because of things you did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, yesterday? You're going to cancel yourself, or are you going to love yourself? You're going to give yourself the mercy and love that you would give a child, or are you going to treat yourself like a criminal? We live in that kind of society now, at least in portions of it. Don't let it get you. Be strong, be vigilant, know who you are, know what you believe, be humble, be loving. So much better. And it may not go well for you in this world doing that, but it may. So in this moment, be who you are. Give yourself some space. Back up. Smell the roses, another cliche, but man, smell the roses. Anyway, that's it for today, my long rant. I want you all, me, everyone, to aim for the highest state, and you will be blessed by it in this moment. Love you guys. Bye.